Hey, it's Tom from Pack Hacker, and in this video we're taking a detailed look at the GORUCK GR2 Slick. This is a Huckberry exclusive. I've taken the GR2, the regular version, on a around the world trip with me for 2 years, so I have a ton of experience with this bag. Let's dive in, but first make sure you're subscribed and like the video if you find it helpful. Let's get into it. All right, this bag is called Slick for a reason. There's really not a lot to talk about exterior features here. Really not a ton going on. The regular GR2 has some MOLLE webbing or PALS webbing for MOLLE accessories down here at the bottom. And then also has that on the sides as well. So lets you add some additional accessories or hang some things off of it if you want to. Not the case with the Slick. You know, they're kind of going for that with the word Slick. There's nothing on the outside. Really the only thing to talk about here is the handle on top. Super beefy handle, it's padded, got a ton of reinforced stitching. Would expect nothing less from GORUCK. And then there's Velcro here as well that's gonna help for like a hydration bladder pass through. So you can definitely check that out here as well. I don't really know, like I guess if you're traveling, you might want like a hydration bladder and to have in the back there if you're like exploring for the day. This bag I think is a little bit big to use for an everyday carry setup, but your mileage may vary and that option is there if you want to run a water bladder and a hose through. Next up we have the harness system. I love at the top here, the padding doesn't start until about this stitching right here, which gives you a lot of maneuverability for these straps. I found that this, you know, makes it very comfortable for people of varying sizes to wear this bag. For me, I'm a little bit broader, a little wider. Sometimes I feel like straps are too narrow for me, but these adjust to me very, very well. So I dig that that feature is here on the Slick version as well. Big beefy straps all the way down. Very, very thick padding too. Now I think we might have one of the original GR2 Slicks that Huckberry has worked on. On their website, it does say that they have a 210D material on the back of these straps here and then on the back panel as well. We were able to verify that with their GR1 Slick, and they say they put it on the GR2 Slick as well. And basically I'm bringing that up because a lot of people have had problems with clothing pilling with this just regular Cordura material that's higher denier. It's either like 1,000 or 500, I think. But the 210 is a lot more slick, a lot less harsh on your clothing. Me personally, I've never had a problem, and I used the GR2 for like 2 years of traveling. I never noticed any pilling on my clothing. But if you've ran into that or you're concerned with that, it's a little bit different, the one you're gonna get from Huckberry's site than what you're gonna get with this one. So there's slicker material on the back panel and then behind the straps here. Really, for the harness system, the only other thing to cover is just the national molding adjusters here, some great high quality hardware, and just some standard strap adjusters. Unfortunately, no strap keepers though to keep these in check, but I think that's totally fine because the bag is so minimal otherwise. Here's the bag on me. I find it to be very, very comfortable. I really, really like it. The only thing that I wish for, this bag is 40 liters, so I want the option at least for a hip belt. You lose that in the ordinary GR2, you've got some MOLLE or PALS webbing here for like a MOLLE hip belt. You lose that with the Slick version. With the Slick version, you also lose the ability for a sternum strap that you can get on just a regular GORUCK GR2 bag. You could get a sternum strap that like buttons around. I've seen a lot of those, probably aftermarket. But if you have the Slick version, you might not want that. I do think the Slick GR1 is better than the Slick GR2 because of those reasons. I want that hip belt. I want that sternum strap for the GR2 because it's larger and it's 40 liters. It's probably going to be loaded a lot more and heavier than the GR1. So I think the GR1 is right in that sweet spot for the Slick version. Doesn't work quite as well for the GR2 in my opinion. Let's check out these secondary compartments, starting with the laptop compartment. So I always like to fold this strap over a little bit, grab the zipper, open it up. I've got the 16-inch MacBook Pro M2 in here. I mean, you can see just how much space we have in here. So if you got the jumbo laptop, that's gonna do well in here for sure. Good false bottom, it comes down to here where the stitching is. Very good false bottom, even better than I've seen with the GR1 Slick and the GR1. Gotta love that. Just so your laptop doesn't slam against the ground. It's like elevated. This is gonna be the bottom of your laptop, just if you don't know what that is. Cool, and then we have a nice stiff frame sheet here. Some people put Kydex here in here. which is an even more stiff frame sheet, but for the Slick version, I think this is plenty. Still super comfortable. Flipping it around, we have a stash pocket on the front, so if I undo that, I've got my jacket in here. I swear the stash pocket is a little bit bigger, or a little more depth inside of the GR1. I could be wrong, but still ample amount of room in here. I just threw my jacket in here, and basically a big black hole though. Hard to see inside, so jackets are great in there, like a bunch of small accessories, not so much. Want to take a sec to talk about these zippers. So smooth on this diagonal slash pocket, and I love the zipper pulls here. They're some of my favorites. They're just paracord wrapped with heat shrink. Some of my favorite zippers. They're completely silent, really easy to grab, and I think they look super slick. Now these up here on the top, I haven't been able to figure this out, but they are super sticky around the corners, like crazily so. So I pulled them around there pretty easily, but they really, kind of get stuck around the corner because it's so rectangular. I don't know if there's not enough reinforcement there, but if I go quick grab the ordinary 40-liter bag, it's way better when it comes to these corners, way quicker. Even if I look, does it look more round to you? I don't know, does that look more round than that? Can't quite tell. Either way, it is a lot slicker. Let me just put this back. Otherwise, the mod, our video guys, are gonna get mad at me. All right, I love, this is like one of my favorite styles of organization that I've ever seen inside of a bag ever, this front panel. You have two mesh pockets here, good amount of depth inside of it. It's got some pouches, some organizers here, and then just a buff and some gloves here. So you have these mesh compartments if you want to use them. They're lay flat if you don't. They're a bit of a stiffer mesh. Up here, I like the zipper pulls too. They use coyote on the inside. You got, of course, the leather GR2 Huckberry stamp right here. Really, really love this though. I love that they differentiate between the outside and the inside zippers. You got a little more fanciness on the inside with the coyote. Quick grab pocket here, so I just basically put in everything that I have inside of my pockets here. This is great if you're going through TSA and you just want to shove everything inside of there. Zip that closed for now. And then up here, you kind of have this built-in pouch, which I also really, really dig. Just have like a couple of items in here. And then in the back, we've got like some little cologne here, glasses case, actually a rain shell, one of the smallest I've been able to find to date. And then behind all those, you've got this divider pocket here. So a 2/3 pocket here, and then a 1/3 here on the side, maybe more like a 1/4 and 3/4. But it also has that stretchy elasticity at the top. So I don't know why, I just love this. There's so much versatility in the organization, so many options. And if you don't want to use these, you can just stuff gear right inside of this pocket as well. Last but not least, we've got the main compartment, and this thing opens up smooth like butter. It does not stick at all like this front pocket does, specifically on the Slick. Again, on the other GR2, it does not, but really, really a big fan of this layout as well. You've got a 2/3 mesh pocket up here that you can pop stuff into. I don't have anything in here right now, so I just wanted to show you what it looked like flat. There's a good amount of space though if you do want to load this up. And now we got the gray zipper pulls on the inside. So if you ever just have some amnesia, you're like, what pocket am I in? Gray zipper pulls in the main, black on the outside, and then coyote on the secondary compartment, which I dig. Got a little like instant coffee up here. Just thought I would throw that up there. Now one thing you're gonna notice is that it is pretty stiff here because I have this pouch in that front pocket pretty filled. So it can come into this side. So you have to be kind of careful about, do I load up this mesh pocket or do I load up that pouch pocket? Kind of up to you. Really, really dig this. I've got just camera cube at the bottom, 2 packing cubes here for clothing, and then I've got a tech pouch and a DOP kit. I actually might pop the DOP kit in this secondary compartment here where you saw that extra room. That's where I did when I was traveling, but I wanted to give you an idea of how everything kind of Tetrised in there. You can definitely fit another pouch or two though in that, other pocket, in the secondary pocket, which I had that little Magpul one, but definitely even more space for that, which is why I love that front pocket so much. Another thing that I like about this bag that you may or may not like, and this is on a lot of GORUCK bags, is it just feels solid throughout. So there's no like liner here, you're just feeling the exterior fabric here. And I think that feels really, really solid. It feels really durable. you don't have like liner that's thinner and maybe more junky, or maybe not, but like they're kind of like two separated fabrics, can feel a little bit sloppy to me sometimes. I really like the feeling here that you're just, you know, getting the outside of the bag on the inside as well. We've got 4 rows of PALS webbing here for any MOLLE accessories that you want. If you just want to use a carabiner and hang things up here, or you've got actual pouches or things that, you know, can Tetris in here, I think that's great. Now there is this webbing on the inside here, but there's not any on the outside. So a lot of other GORUCK bags will have webbing on the outside. This one's just on the inside. And then you've got this pocket here. Let me see if I can fit my laptop in there. I'm pretty sure I can, because I could do it with the GR1. So you want to stick some documents in there, or a laptop, or really, you know, in this case, you could also pop in a hydration bladder, because that pass-through is right here. And that Velcro is just going to let you, you know, this Velcro is really tough. There we go. Haven't really used it much, but that lets you put that hose right through there if you want to use it. So definitely took my ring there. The Oro ring, love this thing. Anyway, yeah, that's the inside of the main compartment. Again, this layout on the inside is like one of my favorites of any bag out there. I really, really dig it, especially for one bag travel. So there you have it, the GORUCK GR2 Slick. Thanks for keeping it here at Pack Hacker, your guide to smarter travel. We'll see you in the next video.